the center of the universe and the Thrive15.com world headquarters.
Let's go!
Presenting the world's only business school without the BS, with optometrist and entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner, the Forbes Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, Clay Clark. It's the Thrivetime Show. 3, 2, 1, boom.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on your radio, the show where we want to get ridiculous about making your business sweet like licorice. That's the thing, is we are totally obsessed with talking about you. It's a show about you. I mean, you're building the Thrive Nation. You, one by one, have been sending us so much Patriots swag. Some of you don't even like the Patriots, but you're buying New England Patriots Super Bowl memorabilia. You're buying all these towels. You're buying jerseys. You bought a chair this week.
Sold out to the Thrive Nation.
Yeah, it's like the Thrive Nation. What you've realized is that there's a group of people out there. It's a small group, Z, but there's people out there. There's 57% of people, which is a larger group. That's more than half. 57% of people out there want to start or grow a successful business. According to Forbes, 57% of people want to start a business. But then there's a small group, I'm going to call them the diligent doers. These are people who are not intenders. They are not pretenders. They are doers. And they say, you know what? I want to start a business, and so I'm going to do it now. I want to start a business, and so I just did it. And then they go, I want to start a business, so I started it, now I have questions. And that is who our Thrive audience is. These are business owners. Vanessa, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm just thinking, I'm just loving this whole thing, and I'm thinking about all those existing business owners who have been, just in the day, just barely making it, hanging on, going across their business, and now they're hearing the show, and it's like a light bulb goes out, and they realize, goes off, oh my gosh, like I can choose to make this business successful, and I can get the tools to do it, and I don't have to be struggling day by day and barely hanging on and making it, but I'm going to choose to make this business success, and this show is for them, and I'm just excited as I'm thinking about them.
And Z, we love to celebrate the wins, my friend. We love to celebrate the listeners who are winning in business.
Absolutely, because if you've got a business and you get a win, you've got to celebrate it, because that's what encourages your employees, encourages your staff, and that's what helps motivate them, is that they know when they hit that goal, you're going to celebrate it in some capacity. Hey, you take them all out for pizza one night. You take them bowling. You give them a bonus.
Bowling. Take them bowling. Yeah.
I think that was a thing. That was a move, right?
Yeah, back in the day.
Wait a minute. Let's reset this. A lot of Thrivers don't know. Vanessa used to work as one of your
employees
over there at Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates.
Right. Mm-hmm. Carrie Dadick, my old roommate, was the one who said, hey, you should go work here. I think I maybe worked there 6 months.
Did you ever see him in the building?
I heard mysteries of him, but I never saw him.
And your boss was Kylie, right?
Yeah, and I loved Kylie, and I loved working there, and it was great. And I heard, hey, Z comes in on Fridays. I don't recall ever seeing him. I recall filing a lot of forms in the back, and I really liked it. It was somehow like kind of therapeutic.
Now, real quick, I have met Kylie. I've met her many times, and she's been there since
before I was there. She's been there forever.
Since like 2000, right? 2001, maybe? I mean, she's been there a while.
Oh, yeah, about 16, 17 years.
So here's the deal. The systems that Z teaches, some of you listening and you're going, man, his management systems seem intense. How does he keep anybody when you have those kind of high expectations? Let me tell you what. A players are attracted to A player expectations. And we have a Thriver. I could not be more excited about this next win of the week, or the next win of the day. It's unbelievable. Z, are you ready for this win? I mean, this win right here is a game changer.
I've got a win that maybe could trump your win. Oh, Trump. Did I say Trump? This isn't a political show.
Yeah, you're always going.
When they get a win, what they need to do.
Yeah.
When they get a win, can they just go ahead and grab some Patriot swag, or maybe a rustic cuff, or I don't know, something, and they send it into the show, and then they type out what their win is to, and then we get to talk about it.
Well, Thrivers, you don't have to send me any Patriot swag for me to talk about you on this show, but I wish that was a prerequisite, because when you send me American theme items, anything red, white, and blue, anything Patriots, but here is our win of the day. This just in from New Orleans.
That's better win music, by the way.
New Orleans, Louisiana. This just in. This comes to us from Rachel and Tyler. They are consistently getting over 90 leads per week. 90, Z.
Wow.
90. Now, Z, do you have a calculator? Do you have a calculator?
Yes. Yeah.
No, seriously,
I
do you
use
have
my
one?
fingers.
Hey, I will.
Yes, I actually
Here we
do
go. I
have
want you to do the math on this.
Okay.
Per lead they get,
Okay.
on average, each lead represents between $1,000 and $5,000 of profit to them. Let's just say it's 1,000 times 90. What does that come out to, Z?
I don't need a calculator for that. That's 90,000. Is that a trick? That's a trick. Is that a trick?
Do you
question?
understand, Thrivers, what that means? We have a Thriver out there who's, oh wow, they're now landing a perfect. They dive off they're doing the flip. They're doing the triple sow cow. They're doing a perfect 10. They're making $90,000 of extra profit per week as a result of knowing how to get to the top of Google. Z, do you know what this means?
More money.
More money. And why would you want to make more money, Z?
So I can have financial freedom, which
And why would you
also
want to
leads.
make financial freedom?
So I can have time freedom and do whatever I wanted to do when I wanted to do it.
I can't keep it together. I'm just going to have those Olympic moments where I just, this is too good. No, but seriously, this is, Z, when we talked about building Thrive15.com
Yes.
years
Yeah,
ago.
yes.
And Vanessa,
yes.
before I talked to Z about this, we were talking about this to you and me. This is the highlight of my week. I am so excited for these people. Rachel and Tyler, I'm so excited for you. And Thrivers, if you're listening, I hope you can sense the passion. We are so pumped up for you. But you know what? They would not have had success because the first step is you have to have curiosity. They would not have had success, Z, unless they were willing to ask the question, I wonder how I can get from where I am to where I want to be. And they found somebody who knows the way, who goes the way, who had been up to the mountain. They said, could you kind of weird mountain guy, could you lead me up the mountain? And so we had a mountaineer, we'll call him, a business coach by the name of Marshall Morris, a member of our coaching team, who showed them the way. And Z, they did it. Z, are you pumped up about this?
Dude, I am fired up. In fact, I've just spent the weekend down in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Wow.
And I'm glad to be back in Tulsa, but I love Corpus Christi, Texas. And I went down there to visit one of our Thrivers and a good friend of mine down there. And he has one of the most successful coffee shops in Texas. And when I say successful, they have been winning awards after awards after awards for top coffee shops in Texas.
And if you want to mispronounce that, that's called A-wards.
But it's called Coffee Waves. Anybody out there, if you're down in the Port Aransas or the Corpus Christi area, go slip into Coffee Waves and say, hey, listen, Z sent me, and I'm sure David will give you a free cup of coffee. Probably not, but it's really, really good.
I want to know, what kind of commissions are you getting every time you recommend a cup of coffee? You get like 5 cents per cup, or what's the deal?
Well, 5 to 7 cents. We negotiate.
That makes sense. I get it. You own the land rights. You own the business. You own the land. I get it.
It's a thing. No, the thing about it, though, I just love visiting with entrepreneurs that are successful. They have a vision. He started this vision years ago to bring a high-end, espresso and coffee and the gelato, that Italian ice cream stuff, which is really good, by the way. And he brought it into a really cool, kind of hipster place. And they've been open now almost about 10 years. And he's got 3 locations down there. And he's just killing it. He's doing really well. I shouldn't say killing. He's doing really well. Excuse me. And I was down there for the weekend visiting a buddy. And it was just fun to see the success he had. And he loves the show. He listens to the podcast because we're not on air down in Corpus Christi. But anybody around the world can listen to our podcast and also share them, Clay. So if you're listening and go, this is good stuff, or I know my Uncle Billy needs to listen to us, share it. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. You can listen to the show again as many times as you want. Past shows, we've got about 130 some odd in the bank now. Is that right?
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. This is huge. Thrivers, this is real stuff. This is real stuff. The people just like you are listening to the show. You're asking questions, and we celebrate you on the show. So if you have a win, email us, wins of the week, wins of the day, info@thrive15.com. And now we go into our mailbags. I reach into the mailbag. If you're on Facebook Live, you realize I did not reach into a bag, but I
by-
did make a noise with paper.
By the way, you seem pretty fired up on this Monday, Clay. I'm just going to say, as a typical Monday, you seem extra fired up. So I've got to ask you and Vanessa, you're here right here in the Box That Rocks. Did you guys have a special thing this weekend? I mean, it was the weekend after Valentine's Day. I don't know. Did you guys go and did you get new chickens? Did you burn more piñon wood? I mean, what did you do this weekend? I would
like to tell you what we did this weekend. Okay, so here we go. My daughter is raising 2 baby chicks in her bedroom.
Okay, all right. Oh, okay. I'm the bedroom. Yeah, Mom, they're not in her bedroom. Sure, they're always outside, Mom. That's right.
He moved them into onto the balcony, but really they were in the bedroom. And they're starting to begin to marinate with the other chickens. They're kind of cohabitating.
I have got to get outside since she has been taking them outside.
She takes the sexiness right out of it. I was talking about cohabitating, and then she's like, yeah, I made them go outside.
Yeah, there you go. So, okay, so your daughter, I know what she was doing this weekend. She's raising baby chicks, which is an honorable thing to do, by the way.
We had an awesome conference. We had a Thrive conference. You know, we're going to have another one on the 24th and 25th coming up.
This week, as a matter of fact, we're building to it this week.
This is sort of like
It's
the
gonna be this
overflow.
Friday
We
and
had
Saturday.
Yeah, but we had kind of we had a couple people who couldn't get in on the 24th and 25th. We don't do this all the time, but we made an exception. And so we had just a great group of a couple businesses. One lady, Melissa Shea, in from New York, all the way from New York.
New York.
So,
Wow.
I know that Clay got to tell her a lot of practical steps to grow her business, and it's awesome. She's able to take it back there. And actually, I believe that Marshall is her coach, as we just talked about Marshall and the wins that
He's very tall.
He is really tall. That he helped. Who was it you said? Tyler and Rachel get.
Yep.
He's working with Melissa as well, and so I'm excited to just.
You know, Thrivers, here's the deal.
Start spreading the news.
The Thrivetime show. Start spreading the news. The Thrivetime show is now Tulsa's #1 tourism attraction.
Wait.
It used to be the Praying Hands.
New York.
It used to be sod farms. But now the Thrivetime
Is this a
show.
verifiable
People
fact?
are flying in from other states,
Oh, my.
cities, to the center of the universe. So you say, I noticed on the last newscast that the Tulsa economy has improved by 1/10%. And what do I attribute that to? Really, I mean, you think about it, when people come to Tulsa, they not only come to Tulsa for the tourism, but they come for the workshops. And then, true story, these thrivers are going to Barbie Cookies. They're going to Oklahoma Joe's. They're wanting to verify Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates exists, Z. They're coming in. I mean, seriously, I'm not kidding. People have flown in. We've had many people. Just, I don't want to make up a number, but it's almost 24 people I know of from New York have come to Tulsa so far. And I remember Mikhailo. He came here from the Ukraine, and he's originally from the Ukraine. He lives in New York. He comes to Tulsa, and it's like, so what do you guys do? And I'm going, what do we do? There's so many things to see and do, like, and so anyway, I said, go over there to the Warren Theater in Broken Arrow. It's a great place. You can kind of recline while you're watching your favorite movie. And he did it. And so I'm telling you, Z, we're impacting the local tourism in Tulsa.
I know. You made it. We're always very careful on the Thrivetime show to make sure we verify the facts, that we make sure our notable quotables are correct, that we bring you truth and honesty in building your business.
There was no truth or honesty in that statement at all. That was complete hyperbole. But we have had Thrivers come here. We've had
yes, we have had that.
That was the one truthful element. But we have not improved the tourism in Tulsa yet.
They really do come to these businesses because they hear about the success that Barbie Cookies has had or other businesses that we work with, right? And they really do go check them out like they're some national. Kind of like when you see a reality
And we come back, Thrivers, we're going to get into the mailbag. Questions from real Thrivers like you. Questions about how do you generate referrals. Stay tuned.
This show is brought to you by Adobe Creative Cloud. If you're a photographer, graphic designer, video editor, podcaster, business owner, or just creative genius, this is for you. All of your creative tools, all in one place. Creative Cloud includes the entire collection of creative apps for desktop, from favorites like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to new tools like Adobe Experience Design. Check this out. You can create podcasts seamlessly in high quality with Adobe Audition. Did you miss the exposure or looking to create a stunning and beautiful photo? You gotta download Lightroom. Okay. The latest release of Adobe Creative Cloud is here with incredible new features in Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and all of your favorite apps, plus millions of Adobe stock assets and new premium images are built right in. So you can turn your brightest ideas into your best work fast. Make sure that you check out Adobe Creative Cloud. It's at adobe.com. Once again, Adobe Creative Cloud at adobe.com.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the Inspiration Conversation, a conversation all about you and what you need to do to grow a successful business, to start a successful business. And we have a question that comes into us very hot from the mailbag, almost afraid to touch it. Here it is. This just comes in, a question from a Thriver just like you, from Dr. Owens in Florida, who writes, how do I get a business to refer me to their customers? This is he emailed info@thrive15.com, and he asks, how do I get a business to refer me to their customers? Well, I have 3 super moves. Z, I have 3 super moves ready to go right now. Z, how many moves are you ready to go with? I have 3 super moves.
It's competition.
It is a competition.
3.2.
Oh, mind-blowing. Fine. And Z, I have live audio of what just happened inside my head. This is what my brain was saying to you right now when you said
got a
that.
mic inside your brain even?
I put a mic
They're everywhere.
Holy cow!
Holy cow.
All right, so here we go. Here are my moves. Here are my moves here for you, Dr. Owens. This is what I would do if this was my business, and this is what I do in my own businesses. One is I would encourage you to wow the customer. And you might say, well, Clay, I mean, that's seems obvious. I don't think anybody out there is trying to not wow their customer. Well, that's where you get it wrong, because trying to wow a customer and actually wowing the customer are different stories. So you definitely want to commit to wowing the customer, because there's this thing called the Net Promoter Score that Harvard wrote about. And what the Net Promoter Score is, it's the number one indication of whether your business will grow or not. So the Net Promoter Score involves surveying all of your customers and ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to refer our business to a friend or family member? And if people give you a 9 or a 10, that means that your business is growing to grow. And if people give you like a 5, 6, 7, or an 8, that means you're not going to grow. If they give you a 1 or 2, they're pretty upset about it. And so what you want to do is you want to wow them. And so to wow them, you need to put it on a checklist. And so I'll give you a very specific example of how Dr. Z does this at his auto auction. You go to an auction, auto auction because you're a used car dealer, you have a license for this, and you're looking to buy used cars. And you expect there to be a clean place with efficient service and quality deals, great buys, that kind of thing. But at your place, Z, every single day on Friday, every Friday that you're open, you serve what?
I give them a free lunch.
You serve a free lunch. And why would you serve a free lunch? I mean, people aren't buying lunches, they're buying cars.
Well, I know, but it gets them there on property. It gets them there early. We do a free lunch. They don't have to worry about, I got to go get something to eat, and our auction starts at noon. So if you're going to start your auction at noon and you want 500 dudes, well, mostly dudes, to show up at 10 or 11 and then to work the cars and to work the list, you don't want them leaving to go get something to eat. You want them saying, well, I'm going to run over there. I'm going to go over to Oklahoma Joe's and get some lunch. I mean, you want to go to Oklahoma Joe's, don't get me wrong, but you just want to have lunch.
See, I'll tell you what, I have a little audio clip of what a lot of the men will sing when they get to your auto auction. They say, dudes just want to have lunch. Dudes want to have
pretty
lunch.
accurate.
Dudes.
Well, that's
They want to have.
like that. That's really good.
Yeah, it's really original. The melody feels familiar, and it might
Feels
seem
kinda
like I was almost
80-ish.
shouting over
No,
an artist,
good.
but I go, no, that's original writing right there. It's amazing audio. It's amazing how I can come up with these songs.
Reality distortion.
So it's a reality distortion field that I operate in. So you offer people lunch, and that creates a wow.
It creates a wow. It gets them on property. It keeps them on property, and it makes them happy.
And I have a wow that just happened here on Valentine's Day, a couple days back on Valentine's Day. You know what happened from Regent Bank, Z?
Yes, I saw it. It was a plastic shape of a heart with chicken nuggets in there and a little card So it was
Chick-fil-A, the best chicken nuggets, right?
Chick-fil-A. Arthur Greeno, one of the owners of the Chick-fil-A's around town, great guy. One of our mentors on Thrive15.com.
That is very true. Our Thrive 15 mentor, investor, teammate Arthur Greeno is the entrepreneur behind the Chick-fil-A's in Tulsa, both at the mall and at the one at Garnett. And I noticed that that when the chicken came, I was looking through, when you sign up for a bank, you have to sign all these documents when you sign up for a bank account.
Yeah.
And I'm looking through the documents, and none of the documents state that you have to provide chicken. It doesn't say, if I sign this document, Region Bank hereby agrees to provide you chicken on Valentine's Day. I mean, I noticed that wasn't something that we...
Was that not in the fine print? I thought that was in the fine print. I could
You weren't
be wrong.
expecting that?
No, but I'll tell you what. The only bank where you can find chicken on your Valentine's... The only place you can find chicken on Valentine's Day is at Region Bank. Oh, Region Bank. Region Bank. If you're looking for chicken from your banker, great succulent Chick-fil-A chicken. Region Bank. Region Bank. So the thing is, Thrivers...
Great song you wrote for them, by the way.
I am writing so many songs. It's like a lyrical miracle. It's like an epiphany of awesomeness. But I'm telling you what, Region Bank literally sent me chicken on Valentine's Day. Why would they do that? Because they're trying to create the
wow factor.
Wow. And when you wow, check it out. When you wow, people will refer you now. So to get the long answer is you have to wow. How do you wow? Give me more than I expect. 2, put them on a Dream 100 list. Now, see, at your auto auction, there are, let's go over 1,000 used car dealers in Tulsa. And for some reason, they all know about Z66. Is it because of telepathic powers? Is it because of osmosis? Is it because of your vast knowledge of homeostasis and what makes a plant succeed? No, it is because of why?
Because I hired someone to sit there on the phone all day long and call them, remind them, talk to them about the upcoming sale. I send them flyers. I send them propaganda in the mail. And then we encourage them to visit the website and see if there's anything being sold that Friday that fits with what they want to retail on their lot. So we're purposeful. It's about 1,000 dealers. And then also we have a national reach for online sales. So really we have dealers from all over the country, buying cars at our sale. And then we have the local, maybe 1,000, the Tulsa, what we call it the green country area, kind of our area that where guys will drive into and buy cars and then ship them back to their lots.
Now, see, I'm a guy that likes to study the origin of words. Vanessa, that I like to study the origin of words.
True.
So the word enthusiasm, comes from the Greek word theos. Theos means God, and so God within means enthusiasm. Meta means above. That's a Greek, for above. And so I was looking at the word origins. I realized that the Greek origin of the word cowbell.
That came out of left field.
No, it doesn't, because if you studied the Greek, you would know these things.
Oh, sorry.
So anyway, you'll discover the word cowbell means wow. That's the Greek. I mean, you can't verify it.
Well, cow rhymes with wow.
So here's
maybe
the
it's a wow bell.
Yeah. So what happens is a lot of your people are at. This is we have a customer who this is one of your customers here, Dr. Owens, and he called in and he said, I would like to say something to Dr. Owens about what I would need to receive to give him more referrals. And so we have live audio of him. I'm going to go and play it back here for you.
I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
So what he's saying is the customers are saying, I need more wows if I'm going to refer now.
Absolutely. Then we'll call that the wow bell. We should have a bell in here. And every time we get a great victory email, every time we know that one of our Thrivers has wowed their customers and then therefore built their business, we could have a wow bell and we just kind of ring it.
You want a cowbell in this office.
Yes.
In this box.
In the box.
Yes.
So you want a cowbell inside this.
But I want to call it a wow bell. I don't want to refer to it as a cowbell. It will now be known in the box that rocks as the wow bell.
So Sam, I'm making notes here. We want a crowd sound effect and we want a cowbell. These are things that have to. We can't take that one. Then we got to get a different one, Sam. That one has to stay here on the sales floor. We got to get a new cowbell. Stay tuned. Thrivetime Show.
Are you a business owner? You need to ask yourself right now, how are you backing up your files and important documents? Most businesses have no system for the files in their business. If this is you, you got to use Dropbox. At least sign up for one of their 30-day free trials. Real talk, it's the secure file sharing and storage solution that employees and IT administrators trust. You get as much space as needed at no additional cost. You get unlimited file recovery and versioning, basically creating new versions, and valuable admin controls for secure sharing and collaboration with Dropbox for Business. You got to check this out. After using Dropbox, you'll definitely feel more secure knowing that a virus or power surge can't ruin your computer and your entire business. Try full access to Dropbox Business for 30 days. Head over to Dropbox.com to get started. Again, Dropbox.com to get started.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the conversation. Z asked us earlier on kind of an earlier segment of the show. He says, guys, what did you do over the weekend? It was a Valentine's weekend. What did you guys do? Well, certain things as a marital couple we can't describe on the air. This is a very, it's a family-friendly show. But I'll tell you one thing we did is we went to the animal shelter and we looked for animals. We figured out, we take the kids, Vanessa took the kids to go look at different animals. And Vanessa, what kind of animals did you see there at that beautiful animal shelter? What kind of animals were out there in need of love?
Well, the kids are really into this cat that they saw there. There were many dogs. One dog has 3 legs. But they
Please give us the sales pitch. One, let's talk about the cat. Do you feel like we should get the cat or not? Is that a thing we're going to do?
Their move was, they said, we want to ask Dad, we don't want to ask him at work because he is distracted and he won't be able to say. And then Aubrey said, it's probably the best time to ask him when he's distracted because then he won't think about it and he'll just say yes. And then Havana chimed in.
Is that what he said?
That's exactly what he said. And then Havana chimed in and said, Dad usually doesn't think, he just says yes to the animals. But the last time we were there asking about, I guess it was a rabbit, she said, it was so weird. Dad stopped and he thought about it. And she was, I think he was thinking, maybe what we went through with the dogs. So, but she was saying, usually Dad is the go-to and he wants to get every animal, she said.
Now, what about the 3-legged dog? Do you want that animal? Is that going to happen?
I don't have enough. I'm too afraid of a dog. I don't feel equipped unless we give them to Tip Top Canine. Awesome people to Tip Top Canine. We work with them and they can train any dog. I just don't have a lot of experience with the dog, and I want to give it everything it needs and make sure it stays in my yard.
Canine is a group of loyal listeners there. They have a successful business, and they have they become thrivers. And so we help mentor them, and they're having all sorts of success in their business. And I'll tell you this here, Vanessa. This is how I feel.
What's happening?
He comes in hot sometimes.
I was not ready for that.
He comes in hot. He's
Michael Jackson, the way you make me feel.
I just don't want the dog to eat the chickens. That's our deal.
Here's the deal.
He comes in hot sometimes.
If getting a dog is going to make me feel better, if you know what I mean, I'm in favor of getting a 3-legged dog. That's all I'm saying.
Some days you really like to channel your that DJ DNA that's still bare. I mean, once a DJ, always a DJ. Is that the way that works?
Always.
Okay. All right. Now, here's the deal, Thrivers. I digress, and then I get on a rabbit trail. Now I'm back. Here we go. So we're talking about the question that a Thriver asked here. This is our good friend, Dr. Owens in Tallahassee, Florida. He says, how do I get a business to refer me to their customers? Move number 1 is you want to wow the client. You want to definitely put it on a checklist to make sure it happens. You over-deliver to every client. Exceed their expectations so you'll eventually be overpaid. When you over-deliver, you eventually get overpaid. Who said that? Napoleon Hill. Who's Napoleon Hill? Best-selling success author of all time. Are you impressed? Probably not, but you should be. I named my son after the guy, Aubrey Napoleon Hill Clark. Move number 2. You got to have a Dream 100 list. You got to make a list of ideal and likely buyers, and you have to stay in touch with them consistently. So if you want a business to refer you, stay in touch. It's illogical to, get somebody to refer you business that doesn't stay in touch. Just like it'd be illogical for me to think that my wife would stay married to me for 15 years if I didn't stay in touch with her. You got to stay in touch with your customers.
This is exactly what I was going to say. I remember back in the day when you were selling all these bridal packages, and it kind of cracked me up because once you realized that you weren't selling to men and you stopped selling the speakers and all this tough stuff, and you were really, I think Lori Montag told you were selling to women. You were I remember you telling your sales guys, basically, you just got to woo them. It's like,
Like dating.
It's like dating. So exactly everything you would do. And obviously, you have your wives, you have your husbands. This is like a separate thing. You're just wooing the customer. You're staying in touch with them. Like you said, making those phone calls, making deposits in their love bank, right? And eventually they're giving you their money.
You got to become a smooth criminal. You got to woo those customers. You got to stay in touch. Ow! And here's the deal, Thrivers. You've got to become a smooth criminal. Stay in touch with your ideal and likely buyers. And the third is that you've got to create a win-win with those people. You got to wow those people. You've got to win, and they've got to win. I'm telling you what, if you're out there just trying to absolutely take advantage of every deal, that violates one of your business rules.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
Violates my number one rule in business.
I love this rule.
And, it always makes me want to go down to the farm. You guys talking about cats and three-legged dogs
That's right.
and chickens and raising chickens in your bedroom. And that's just a lot of farm stuff going on right there. I'm
kind of crazy.
I want to circle back around and talk about that cat here in a little bit. But right now, when you go down to the farm, you see, the agrarian society is a great analogy for all these business things. And in my book, The Business Pig, number one is pigs get fat, hogs get butchered. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Don't be greedy in your dealings.
What causes humans to get so greedy? Why are business owners out there getting greedy? I see it all the time. I see somebody who's starting to make success, whether it's within my business or other businesses. They're finally starting to get some favor. They're getting some success, some wins. They're moving up the ladder. They're stepping up the stairway. They're moving up the pedestal of success, and then they start getting greedy. What is going on, Z? What happens?
I think it's just core human nature. And the thing about it is people just can't stand it, and they don't know when to say no, and they just continue to kind of press it, and as an entrepreneur, you want to make money, you want to make a profit, but it needs to be a win-win, as you just said. It needs to be not too greedy, because if you make it too greedy, if you make it too rich, if your profit margin is too high on theirs, you're going to leave room for someone else to come in and undercut you and take away your business. So you got to be careful with that. So I teach people when they come and want to be mentored by me, number one rule is pigs get fat. In other words, you can make plenty of money, but hogs get butchered. Don't be too greedy. Don't price it too much. Don't pay your people too little. Make sure that when you're dealing with a company, that's a win-win for both of you.
Now, in the Bible, if you're into that controversial book, one of the things is this guy. Who is the guy who had the coat of many colors?
Joseph.
So Joseph walks into the room with his brothers. How many brothers did he have? 75 brothers?
There was 12, I believe.
So he walks in and he says, "Hey, here's the deal, guys. I've got this new. What was he wearing? Like a robe? Was it a new
coat?
New coat. You say
His dad gave it to him
yeah.
because he was favored by his father.
I got a new coat, and it's of many colors, and it's kind of a big deal. And let's look at this coat. And the brother's like, we don't have a new coat. It doesn't have many colors. Mine is all brown. His is a doe skin. His is kind of a brown too. We have both brown. Brown. What about you? Brown. I know what we'll do. We'll throw the guy with the coat of many colors in the pit.
He told him they're his dream, right? A couple dreams, and that kind of riled him up.
And I'm going to tell you this, Thrivers. I'm just telling you this. Guard your heart and your visions, because when you share them,
yes.
I'm telling you, you will also be attacked sometimes. So it's a little lesson within the lesson, but also make sure you look for that win-win, and you're not trying to take advantage of your customers. Don't try to throw your customers in the pit and take their coat. Z, teach us your moves.
Well, re-ask the question real quickly for all the Thrivers that are just tuning in and going, what is this show?
Well, here's the question. Dr. Owens in Tallahassee, Florida asks the question, how do I get a business to refer me to their customers?
Well, you came up with 3 moves. I'm going to come up with 3.5 moves. All right, because I got a half a move, and we'll see how many I can get.
Always trying to one-up me.
We'll see how many I can get before the break, and then when we come back, I'll wrap them up if I don't get them wrapped up. The first one, this may sound really, really simple. You got to ask them. If you've got a business out there and you want them to refer to you, first step is you've got to go and ask them. You know what I'm saying? You've got to actually call them up, step into their place of business, and you have to let them know that, hey, I would like for you to do this. Would you please do this? You'd be amazed, because people, unless you're Clay Clark from another planet, and then you have a microphone in your brain, it's hard for him to read your mind. Claire, I know you do fire breathing and cat juggling, but I don't know if you do mind reading too.
I do see a lot of people out there who walk up to their boss and they say, "Hey, boss," and they just look at their boss, and their boss doesn't know that they want to be maybe moved to a new position, or they would like to be considered for management, or they look at their customer, and the customer doesn't know they want to ask for the deal, and people are not telepathic. This just in. Stay tuned. Thrivetime Show.
For the professional-looking man out there, this is for you. Are you tired of waiting for hours in disorganized barbershops around town? Are you maybe looking for an upscale haircut experience instead of being treated like a little kid? If either of these thoughts crossed your mind, then Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is for you. The Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is proud to offer a variety of packages and memberships for discerning men and regular customers who wish to maintain their tailored look while receiving discounts off of services and products. They're going to bring you in, they'll offer you a beverage, identify your style that you're going for, get you a tailored haircut from one of the professional stylists, wash your hair, and then style it afterwards so you could even go back to work. The experience is awesome. They even do cool things for members like a free nape shave on Mondays or a peppermint oil scalp massage on Tuesday. Check out one of the locations near you and book an appointment. You can check them out at eitrlounge.com or just dial 918-877-2219. Seriously, you're going to love it. 918-877-2219 or visit eitrlounge.com to book an appointment today.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrivetime Show on your radio. Some shows are about politics. Some shows are about building walls. They're about Democrats versus Republicans. You got, Trump-tastic versus Hillary, and then now they had that whole election thing, and then it's about a recount, and then it's about, should we impeach, and it's just so stressful. And now we have a show that's all about you and how you can make practical improvements in your business and in your life. And also, if you've ever wanted to start a business, we get into the brass tacks about how to do it. And so if you go to thrivetimeshow.com, we have many, and I say many, we have 132 archived radio shows that are now podcasts at thrivetimeshow.com about almost any business subject you could ever possibly ask. And many, many Thrivers, just like you, are asking more and more questions. It's becoming a problem, really. I mean, we're getting too many questions.
Well, that's why we're having to do more and more mailbag segments. And so we enjoy them because these are actual questions from actual Thrivers. And we're going to give you practical business steps and how to conquer these questions.
It's kind of like weeds that we love. It's like it's growing like a weed, but we love weeds.
Yeah, absolutely. We're kind of into
You're
that
tending
kind of
the
thing.
garden.
We're tending the garden.
Right,
this
we're
is true.
gardeners.
So tee up our latest question.
Okay,
and
here
I
it
will
is.
Get back to answering it.
This just in from our home office off the coast of Oklahoma, the left coast of the Arkansas River. A question comes in from Tallahassee, Florida. Dr. Owens writes, how do you get a business to refer me customers? He says, how to get a business to refer me to their customers. Z, how do you do it?
Well, this is what we call business-to-business sales or B2B sales, okay? And the first step was you ask them. But when you ask them, you're also going to educate them as to why they should send their customers to you. For instance, I have a business called Dr. Z's Sleep Centers, multiple Z's. Get it? It's kind of because it's a sleep center.
Catchy.
Yeah.
Jeez, wow.
It's a diagnostic sleep center, and you can't just walk off the street and say, I want a sleep center. You have to be referred by a physician. So in other words, a physician has a patient, a customer, if you will. And so we go into their place and say, listen, we want you to send your customer in to get their sleep study with us. So first we ask them, and then we educate them as to why we're different, why we're going to wow the customer.
Time out.
Wow.
You ask first.
Yeah, you got to ask. because they just don't go,
Okay,
what?
so for the Thriver who feels like maybe you have some type of superpower, I think a lot of people feel like, you, Dr. Z. Hello, my name is Dr. Z. I work for Dr. Z, and I'm here to ask for your business. Hello. Do you know who I am?
You to trust me with your patients, your customers.
I mean, that feels foreign for a lot of people.
Do what?
That feels foreign for a lot of people to ask for the business.
You've got to make the ask, and then you educate them as to why they should send them to you.
Well, and my question for you, Dr. Z, is I'm assuming if you're telling Dr. A, hey, go ahead and refer Dr. Z's Sleep Center, and you're telling them the benefits of why, you're letting them know that when you send your patients to me, I'm going to make you look good, right? Because I'm going to take great care of your customers. So who ends up, no one wants to refer someone and then make themselves look bad because you give a bad referral.
Nobody wants to deal with heat. Nobody wants to deal with heat in business. Heat is one of the things that's it's a profit killer, and it's a time killer, and it just sucks the juice and out of your bone marrow. You don't want that. So when you ask for that, you're basically saying, listen, you send your people in, we're going to wow them, as Clay was saying, one of his early steps in this process. Okay, then you educate them as to why. That's step one. Okay,
step one, baby.
And then what you have to do, you ask them, and they're like, well, okay, well, thanks for the ask. But then step two is you schmooze them.
Schmooze them?
You schmooze them. And I would recommend going into a wonderful bakery as like Barbie cookies, and you get one of the little brown boxes full of cookies and wonderments.
What you want to do is you want to if you're a male, you're listening. What you want to do is you want to have a collared shirt. Typically, you'd button all the buttons.
The way you were rubbing, I thought you were going to say some massage oil.
No, what you do is you open the collar, and if you have a lot of chest hair, you pull it out strategically, so it's sort of out, and it's sort of a Tom Selleck kind of an '80s Miami Vice sort of a move. And you wear a gold chain, and you say,
"No, this is so not correct."
And you say, "Here's the deal.
No,
I have these cookies.
No, this is not.
Do you want the cookies?
This is,
or do you just want a little bit of more chest hair? Is that something you would do?
This is no. But the second step is you schmooze them, and you might say to yourself, "Well, that's a lot of work." Well, you know what? That's why you hire people to do outside sales. We have Raina, we've got Heidi, Philip, and what they do is they go around, they get the little what I call milk route. Or milk route, and they have the doctors that call on. They take them donuts, they take them cookies, they take them lunch, and that is a form of schmoozing them, right?
I want to ask you about this whole schmoozing deal. I mean, I feel like a lot of it's a deal where I think a lot of people don't know what that looks like. See, I think it's like you do it all the time.
It's wooing. It's the date again.
I mean this though. I think a lot of people don't know what to do. Like, hey, I've gone by this business 4 or 5 times, and I don't know what to say at any point, and so I'm just queuing up my music, I guess, and I'm just going to show up with my wine bottle going, so, doctor, I would love if you would refer me, and it's sort of
candles?
And the doctor's going, Kyle, I don't know what to say to you, but I am a man, and you're a man, and I'm a doctor, and you're a doctor. Could you put that away? Yeah. No, it's just a funny joke. And then they're like, I'll be right back. And then they come back to your office, and they go, I'm serious. People have to learn this. And they go, Z, I went in there to that office, and I did the old open collar move. And you're like, what move? I got this book. No. I got this book. What did you get the book? It was on a blog, actually. But I got this book, and I did the open collar, chest hair move with all the chest hair. And I did the gold chain move. It was a faux gold chain, but I did all, and I came, and I didn't get to the deal. What do I do? I mean, so if somebody does go out over and over and over, and they're dropping off Barbie cookies till their brain explodes, and they're still not getting referrals, what do you do time after time? How do you do it?
You keep it up. I tell you what, you keep it up. The ask, the educate, and then the schmooze. And you may say to yourself, well, I just keep schmoozing. You keep that schmoozing. You keep the lunches. You keep the stuff coming, because here's what happens. It's like the story of the young man who lived in Boston, and his girlfriend was in Oklahoma. And he wrote her a love letter every single day. Every day, wrote her a love letter. Just, poured it out. Dear Marissa, I love you, and Boston's great. Lobster. This is
dearest Marissa. If you could get Tom Brady's autograph, that would be huge. Second of all, I love you.
And so he writes a letter every single day, and after about a year of writing letters, she marries the postal worker, because he was there on the front porch every day delivering a letter. He was present, and that's half the game. You've got to be present. You've got to find out what it is that they want to be schmoozed with. Some people they want Starbucks coffee. Ask them. Some people want donuts. Ask them. Some people like cookies. Some whatever it is. What's your favorite place to go to lunch? Oklahoma Joe's? Well, I'll bring you some burnt ends and baked beans. I promise you, you take them burnt ends and baked beans, Clay, you're going to get a referral.
You are going to get the deal. And I'll tell you what, Cyndi Lauper would encourage you to go back time after time. You can't just go in one time. You got to go in time after time. That's the move right there. Z, would you not agree? Time after time.
Absolutely.
Well, and you know what? I'm going to, just give a shout out to Deidre Detterman here, because I remember her saying the one thing she does, I just think this is so awesome, is after you keep going, you keep showing up, finally, she just says, you know what? I really would like your business and I would like you guys to refer me. What do I need to do for you all to refer?
So she does the ask after the ask.
She gets direct and just says, what do I need? And if they say, you know what? I'm never, ever, ever going to refer you because actually my husband has this other business and that's who I refer, or my brother, then she knows, okay, it's never going to happen. But if they say, you know what you need to do is I really need this to refer. Then she sees if it's possible and makes it happen.
Now, Thrivers, you got to keep going back time after time. You have to. You can't just go in one time. You got to go in time after time.
Time after time. You got to just keep that, because what you're doing by going in, you're building the relationship. And everybody always wants to say, oh, it's nothing personal, it's just business. It's all personal.
I have a move that I did back in the day. Can I tell you?
Yes, you may.
I told the guys, go in like you're drunk. I told the guys all the time. I said, just go in like you're drunk.
Just going hot and drink.
No, I'm being serious. It's like 9 a.m. and they're going, dude, we've been into this Holiday Inn Select numerous times. We've gone in over and over, and we keep asking them to refer our entertainment service. And I said, listen, you put that Krispy Kreme paper hat on your head, and you go in there, you put that on your head, and you go in with that box of a dozen donuts, and you act like you are drunk. And they're like, what? I mean, act like you're drunk. And I'm not kidding. And they walk in, they're like, hey, ladies, good morning. How you doing? Hey, we're here with DJ Connects. We're going to drop off some donuts for you. How are you doing? Hey, notice the referrals haven't been super heavy. So I wanted to see, what do we need to do to get your business? And the ladies would be like, oh, why are you guys here? Are we, and then they go, no, seriously, what do we need to do to get a referral? Do we need to record a mixed CD for you? Do we need to do a holiday party? Do we need to do a staff party? Do we need to do a birthday party for you? Well, we would do this with this, because there's certain people who at weddings consume a huge amount of alcohol before giving a toast.
Yeah.
And they just won't do a toast unless they've had like 3 glasses of champagne.
Well, it just lowers their filters, lowers their barriers. And you're right. And all you're doing is telling them to be gregarious and outgoing, and to just let the fear of rejection flow off of them. That's what liquid courage does.
I was in the van though with the guys. We've driven down to Dallas for these diplomatic missions, and I'd be in the van going like you're drunk. Going like you're drunk. And they would get out there going, they would run in there. And I'm telling you, we got so many referrals from these event planners who are like, you guys are fearless. You guys are just relentless.
Well, listen, Clay, when we come back, Mr. and Mrs. Clark, I'm going to share with you the third super move and how to get referrals from another business.
Mentally, I can't handle the profundity of that statement. So I'm just going to go to Oklahoma Joe's and try to marinate.
This show's episode is brought to you by Moz.com. If you have ever considered the World Wide Web as a viable strategy for your business, you gotta check out this tool. Online marketing is complicated, but Moz software makes it easy. Companies like 99 Designs, Otterbox, and Aaron's, they all use Moz because it works. Explore organic search keywords for your business, research Bing and Google search results for your targeted keywords, and link up Moz Local and Google My Business. Seriously, this tool is crazy powerful with the clarity it brings to online marketing for your business. Even if you're just curious, start a 30-day trial with Moz.com today. It's a game changer for your business. Moz.com, MOZ.com.
Broadcasting from the center of the universe, featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, and U.S. SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark. This is the Thrivetime Show.
Hey, into the hay. My name is Clay Clark. Welcome back to the Thrivetime Show on your radio, and today we're talking about the answers to your questions. Many Thrivers all across this great planet, this great country, this great region, this continent have asked us the question. You're going, this continent? Yeah, this guy's in Florida, which is technically part of this country, also still on this continent. He asked this question. He's a doctor. A doctor listens to this show. I thought this show was... Yeah, this is a show for real entrepreneurs. And by the way, this just in, doctors are real entrepreneurs. And this is a question from Dr. Owens in Tallahassee, Florida. He asks, how do I get a business to refer me to their customers? And so, Z, you've kept us waiting on this third super move. And so what I did is I queued up a song that I thought would give this the right level of hype and anticipation we need, because this move right here could melt the faces of Thrivers. Would you recommend that Thrivers put on a helmet with some kind of like a welding visor before they listen to this?
SPF 87 at least or something. I don't know.
So Thrivers, you have time. Get over there to Walgreens, get some SPF 117. Put that. By the way, I can still burn my body with Vanessa. Have I not burned
I have too many stories. Let me just tell this one because it's too good. It is too good not to tell.
Oh.
We were going, whenever we go on a vacation, it's like there's a huge build up to it. And then it's like, I don't even know how to explain it. You got to prep Clay. I can't call him the bird.
Prep the bird.
Yeah, you got to prep him. You got to mentally, he's got to get ready to be leaving the office and this routine and to get into a different routine. So we were going to Florida. We arrive in Florida. I can't remember where in Florida it was. We went to Texas, to the Padre Islands.
Okay. That's close to Florida.
And so we get there and he's so excited that we run into the hotel room and I say, he's pretty fair skinned. I said, you have to put on sunscreen. No, we don't have time for that. We're going right to the beach right now, right to the beach. We go out to the beach. He proceeds to burn himself so bad from this right on the beach, our first day, that he cannot go outside the rest of the time on a
I remember being shirtless for like 5 hours going,
and your face,
my skin feels
listen,
hot.
he blistered. He couldn't even wear a shirt. Like, it hurt him too bad. So we'd have to go out at night only. And then we would go to try to find a movie theater, just dark places. But he couldn't wear clothes. It hurt him so bad. So
I developed I have never had a freckle in my life. My whole
his back is
became
still scarred from it.
I became it was like a burn victim. I was just stupid. The level of jackassery I had.
I told him, will you please listen to me next time and just put on sunscreen?
So here's the deal, Thrivers. You've got to get that SPF 110 on for this next super move from Dr. Z. Dr. Z, I'm going to cue up my intro music. Here we go. This just in. From Mount Zelna, a man who graduated from NSU University with a degree in mathematics. He also dabbled in optometry.
Long weekend in Puerto Rico.
They apparently gave him a degree with some Cracker Jacks. He went on to become a successful entrepreneur, starting another business and another business, then investing in a bank and then opening another business. And now today, he's a man who knows something about business time. It's Dr. Robert Zellner and his associates. He brings us now super move number 3.
We love answering questions of Thrivers. Keep them coming. info@thrive15.com. So we talked about getting business from another business. In other words, getting their patients referred to you for something that they don't do that you offer, and you want another business to send their customers to you. First was to ask and educate. You got to ask them for the referral and then educate them as to why they should. And then you got to schmooze them. And how do you schmooze them? Well, you find out what they like and then you give it to them. I know that sounds crazy. You bring them Oklahoma Joe's if they like barbecue because it's really good stuff. You bring them cookies if they like cookies. You bring them donuts and you build a relationship with them. And then you continue asking and educating it all the way you're doing that, okay? And the third move is, now there are some laws out there called Stark laws. And so if you're in healthcare, some of this is kind of limited. But you actually instead of bringing them cookies, you make it financially rewarding for them to refer their people to you. What does that mean?
Financially rewarding? How do you spell it? How do you write financial? Does that ethical? Can I do that?
No. In a lot of businesses you can. In other words, you say, hey, listen, if you refer me patients, it's going to be financially rewarding for you. I'm going to share some of the profit of the people you send to me, okay? Now, if you're in healthcare, that's a different deal. There's things called Stark laws, and if you're a doctor, you know what I'm talking about.
Politicians use these moves all the time.
Exactly. So you ask and educate. You schmooze them with goods and products and maybe services, and then you say, hey, you know what? If that doesn't work, how about just good old hard cash in your pocket if you send them over to me? Or you can make the double back referral move. You say, listen, you send me your clients that need that, and I'll send you my clients that need your thing. It makes it financially rewarding for you. So it's not actually money, but you're saying, listen, it's going to be good for you. You're going to end up, it's going to be a win-win. So it's not just send me your people and I'll wow them and make you look good. That's good. You're not going to be, hey, send me your people and I'll send you a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. That's good too. I mean, everybody likes donuts, right? I mean, really.
I have a grievance.
You send your people to me and I'm going to help pad your wallet.
I have a hot grievance.
Come on, bring it.
Vanessa, do not guess who this person is, but it is true. They've told us, if you refer me business, I will share commissions with you.
Oh, all the time.
Way
I'm not
back
gonna
in the
say
day,
it.
though. Not recent. This is way
Nope.
back in the future. Way back. It says here there.
Yep.
It's way back in the future. It could be future or back. It's kind of a confusing concept.
Mm-hmm.
But did we not get a referral check from somebody for $34?
True.
We refer the person copious amounts of business. They're like, I will send you a big referral check. I will share. So we move heaven and earth.
Does it, when you look at the balance of referrals too, there's usually, sometimes businesses are equal. Other times there's one that's, a lot more dominant and strong. And
$34.
Do not bite the hand that feeds you. It
Don't
doesn't
even
make
write
sense.
that check, bro. I mean, that's unbelievable. Writing me a $34 check once every 2 months.
We call that that's a myopic view of things. Myopic is a medical term for short-sightedness or nearsightedness, and that is what that person did by sending you a check for $34. He was not using what we call farsightedness or hyperopic view. In other words, he should have said to himself, listen, this is a little golden goose. Now, I can keep squeezing eggs out of it and be nice to it and send it what I said I would send it, and that is a portion of the referral money or the commission money. I'm sorry. Give them a commission on the people that refer to me. Or I could be short-sighted, shortchange them, and then guess what? That goose will stop laying eggs for me. And that's what you guys did. I'm sure you guys said, well, don't refer. Yeah, we'll find somebody
Refer
else.
to the competition.
We're not going to refer to you anymore. And so, he was like, I got him. And then it's like, they got me, So you want to be hyperopic. You want to do the right thing because those referral sources are, man, I tell you what, it's the easy button. They've already gathered them up. They've already pitched you. They've already bona fide you, and they've already sent them to you. It's just like the T-ball. It's like sitting right there on the tee and just handing you the bat and saying, swing away, buddy.
I have a super story about this that's very, very hot and heavy. This was a good one because this is a real deal story that involves exactly what Z just discussed. There was a wedding facility in Tulsa, and I went out there and met the event planner, and it's a government-owned entity. It's one of those public-private partnerssions.
Oh yeah.
And we'll just say it's located on the Jinx Riverwalk. This is years ago. It's in the past.
Years ago.
Distant past. Distant past. I talked to the guy and I said, hey, how many events do you do here per year at your public-private facility? And he says, right now we're booked 3 days a week typically. I said, okay. Who do you guys refer for all your DJ needs? He says, well, nobody. So over time, I do Z's move. I ask him for referrals. I keep showing up. I find out he loves decor, old school decor. I'm talking about Sinatra, Tony Bennett. It's the kind of the Rat Pack sort of stuff.
Sure.
So I'm buying these prints. I'm framing them. I'm putting them up in the office. I'm arranging a photographer to take old school photos. I'm really decorating the area. I keep asking. And one day he goes, hey, do you want me to just give you the list of all the weddings we have booked? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, the cell phone numbers of all the brides. And I said, well, sure. How do you want to do it? He goes, well, I'll just send him an email that says at the such and such facility, we believe in providing you the very best vendors. And if you have yet to book your entertainment, save yourself the stress and book yada yada entertainment. They are the best. And I said, what do I owe you for this? And he says, well, it's of these government, public, private kind of jobs. And he says, I'm capped at, $30-something thousand a year. If you'll just buy me lunch every day, I'll never stop.
There you go.
And so I'm not exaggerating. We got
True
so
story.
many referrals.
True
He came
story.
to our
For
house
lunch.
for lunch. I mean, there's by the Riverwalk, there's all these great restaurants. A lot of people listening all over the world going, what is the Jinx Riverwalk? A lot of people are planning to come out to a Thrivetime in-person workshop on February 24th and 25th. If you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you go up there, you're going to discover that you have 2 days from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. where we teach you business. So 7 a.m., you get here. We have a 45-minute workshop. We break for 15 minutes. Then we have another 45. We break. Another 45. We break. We do that all the way up until lunch. During lunch, you're going, where am I going to eat? Well, we're located within like a mile and a half of, we're talking about entertainment, dining, retail, all within walking distance, and like a mile and a half from the largest casino in Oklahoma, basically, the largest hotel casino. I mean, you have all these accoutrements, all the pageantry, all the options, the retail, the entertainment, dining. It's all available. And this guy was on the other side of the bridge. And all he wanted was for someone to bring him an unbelievable lunch every day. And we did it.
He gave us an amazing list that, for us, this was worth so much money. And we're thinking, that's all he's asking for? Like, okay, done.
Well, you guys asked the magic question.
And what is that?
The magic question is, what do you want for that? So many times we go, hey, listen, I'm going to give you this, and this, and this is, and you assume it's going to be so much more than that. And all the guy shrugs and says, I just like lunch every day. And you know what? A lot of times in life we overpay for things because we don't ask that magic question: is what do you want for that? And a lot of times, just like you guys were almost shocked that that's all they wanted, because you're like, you have no idea. This is life-changing information you're giving me. You are creating our business. You're helping feed our kids and our chickens and this cat we want to go and adopt.
That's right.
And maybe a dog if we can
Roughly
get it trained.
$65,000 a year of business in exchange for lunch. And a few ladies that never hesitated to ask people what they really want. Z, do you remember the Spice Girls?
Oh, it's DJ Monday, drivers.
You remember these ladies?
Yeah.
Now, who's the Spice Girl that won't smile or move her face?
Oh, that's David Beckham's wife. I can't think of it. Posh.
Posh
What is
Spice?
her name? I can't think of it now.
Sugar, sweet.
If she would ask me what I want her to smile.
Victoria Beckham.
She won't smile?
Yeah, but what's her
I
her
don't-
code name or street name?
Oh,
or
she was
stage
Posh
name?
Spice.
Oh, Posh. Okay.
Yeah,
Posh.
come on.
Why
Zeke.
won't she smile?
I think she's afraid it will give her wrinkles and stuff.
Just get some wrinkles for me. I'll tell you what I want. I want you to smile. But seriously, Thrivers, ask the vendor, ask the business what they really, really want. Just ask them. And I'm going to tell you what I really want. I really, really want you to not fall into the statistic that we hear all the time. Forbes says, Z,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
8 out of 10
I hate
business owners. What, Z?
I hate that statistic. 80% of startup businesses fail. I want to stamp that out. I want to take a hammer and hit it in the top of the head. I want to crush it underneath. I want to choke it out. 80%.
But right here in Tulsa, we have Barbie Cookies we've worked with that is succeeding. They're thriving. Barbie Cookies. Check it out. Google Tulsa Cookies. Who comes up top? They do. Score Basketball. Google Tulsa Basketball Lessons. Who comes up top? They do. Our own businesses, they're doing well. Why are they doing well? Are we geniuses? No, we know the system, and we will teach you all 13 points of our proven business system right here in the Boom Book. It's the 13 proven steps to business success. If you're on Facebook Live, you can see it. We will break it down, and in between the sessions, we will pause, and you can ask us any questions that you want, but you can't ask us anything if you're not here. But check it out. If you cannot afford it, now you can. Tony Robbins is charging you $1,500 to come to his seminar to sit in the back of the nosebleeders, $3,000 to sit up front. The Maui Mastermind seminars are $30,000. Robert Kiyosaki is going to charge you $500 and then upsell you shamelessly the entire time. Or you can get out here to the Thrivetime in-person workshops, and for $500, you have the world's best business training experience ever. You can bring up to 4 of your friends, and this just in. If you can't afford it, now you can, Z, because we have a scholarship available. Go to thrivetimeshow.com right now to reserve your seat. Go to thrivetimeshow.com right now to learn more, and we come back, more answers to your questions. thrivetimeshow.com.
Okay, managing your money has not been easier. Mint.com is the solution to ambiguous and blind money management. You can effortlessly create budgets that are easy to stick to, or even use one that they make for you. Design budgets that are appropriate for now and put you in position to succeed in the future. Get notifications for weird account charges and receive personalized tips for eliminating fees and saving more money. Check your credit with a free credit score and explore what you can do to improve it to be able to purchase the things that you really want later. Link up the app on your phone, and money management on the go has never been easier. You can even link up your portfolio accounts so you can see your bank accounts and stock values side by side. Mint.com, you got to go check it out, and you can sign up for free. Again, that's mint.com, mint.com. Go sign up right now. It's definitely a game changer for money management.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
Z, I'm telling you what, I am so excited to be back inside the box that rocks with you for our daily rendezvous to teach those thrivers what they need to do to run through their obstacles. Because nothing can be more frustrating than when you feel like you're trapped inside this box and you don't know how to get out and you can't get to where you want to go, and you just have this vision for your life, Z, but you're limited financially in every area. Nothing can be more frustrating when you're just like, I just want to take my kids on vacation, but I can't. Z, what encouragement would you have for the thrivers out there listening who are going, man, I just am so frustrated. I'm just sick and tired of being stuck in this financial box.
Are you done?
I'm frustrated.
I love your questions you ask me.
I'm just saying, there's many people who are asking this question, my friend, and I'm bringing the passion.
I got the answer to them. I tell you what, it's 2017. You've had this vision, you've had this dream buried inside of you for years, and saying, I want to do my own business. Well, you know what? Step out and do it. We've got 4 avenues to help you. We're here to help coach you up. You're doing one of them right now. You're listening to the Thrivetime show. If you're listening to it live, thank you very much. If you're listening to the podcast, go ahead and share it. Share it with someone you know that needs it too. You can go back and re-listen to them as much as you want on Thrivetime show. But now's the time to go from being a entrepreneur to an entrepreneur. Listen, if you could solve a problem, if you have a product that people want and you can make money on it, we're here to help you scale it and turn it into a business. You know, first it's going to be a job, and then it's going to be a business. And then when you do that successfully, then you can get financial freedom, and then you can get time freedom. The other 2 ways we can help you, that is our in-person workshops, which we have one coming up this very weekend. It's Monday. It's not too late to get it booked. I think we have a few tickets left. You can get to Tulsa, and you can actually be here at the Thrive 15 headquarters and partake in, some say, the world's best business coaching, and we agree with that, by the way. It's 2 days, starts at 7 in the morning. It's only $500, but we have scholarships. If you say, I can't afford $500, that's okay. We're here to help you because that's our heart. And then the 4th way that we're going to help you is one-on-one business coaching. You say, listen, I want more. I want more, I want more, I want more. Well, we'll give you more in a very personalized setting. That's one-on-one business coaching. We offer that now too.
Now, Thrivers, we have a notable quote I'm going to read to you from Jim Stovall, our Tulsa millionaire, multimillionaire author success story, a man who really said he never gained a vision for his own life until he lost the ability to see. I mean, think about that. He became a multimillionaire after becoming blind. And he says this. He says, in the entire continuum, from first becoming aware that you have choices and can act on them to completing your mission and living your dreams through your personal success, there are many rungs on the ladder. He says, I want to congratulate you for defining success on your own terms, establishing a mission from where you are to where you want to be, and examining your destination in the light of your passion. What he's saying is, many people, as you read his book, you'll go through the progression. The first step is to define where you want to be. So I encourage you to get out a sheet of paper right now, Thrivers, and write out where you want to be. Now, Vanessa, we have some Thrivers who have some great questions that they're kind of going, hey, now that I want to get over here, I have some questions about how to get there because now they know where they want to be. But talk to the Thrivers about when you and I were first starting out in business, how important it was and how important it maybe still is to set those goals.
You know, it's a constant thing. In the beginning, we set our goals about where we wanted to be financially and how this was the vehicle we were going to use to get there. And that initially was DJ Connection. And we realized very quickly, okay, it's going to have to be more than just clay. So how are we going to grow it? And how many systems do we need to grow it to? And initially we thought, okay, that's 6. But then as we
that is actually on the wall inside the box that rocks. 2004, I made a goal for myself. There it is. 2002, actually, I signed that. And my goal, I want to have 6 DJ systems before I was 30.
And how many did we have when we sold DJ Connection?
We would consistently would do 80 events on a weekend. Yeah. So as far as the number of systems, I think we're like
40-something.
40-something.
Yeah. So anyways, that was just the course correction over time. We realized this is not going to get us there. So it's just so important to start out with an initial vision. I encourage you to sit down with your spouse because you are on this journey together. And so you need to make sure that you grow in this journey together and make your goals.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
And then what we like to do is we kind of reevaluate and course correct every year. I like it. It's like every year we do it. Oh, yes. We sit down and say, okay, where are we going with faith, family, fitness?
I always make goals for my wife, for my life every year. And one of the goals I make, Z, and you and I talk about it kind of privately. I go, Z, make sure that no matter how poor her vision gets, say she's 20/20.
I am 20/20.
So say she is.
Yeah, that's what you think.
And that way she can't see me. And you're like, that's a good idea. And you're like, dude, I don't know if I can tell her that she's, in her 30s now. I can't tell her 20/20 every time. But you and I have a pact.
Definitely 20/20.
Oh yeah, I can't correct her all the way. I mean, that just would be horrible.
She hasn't seen me since her 20s.
Yeah, she probably doesn't even know what color chickens they are. She goes, I think we have some chickens out here in the backyard.
Now, Thrivers, let's assume that you now have taken that first step and you've made that goal, that descriptive narrative about where you want to be with your life. Well, then as you begin taking action, unless you're mentally dormant, you're going to eventually run into some questions. And so what do you do when you have questions? Well, we have a question right now from a Thriver just like you who emailed us info@thrive15.com. And check it out. You could email us to info@thrive15.com, and we'll answer your questions. This is a Thriver named Rachel, and she is in New Orleans who asked this question. She says, how do I effectively cut headache clients to free up more time for good-paying, non-headache clients? Now,
Great question.
I have 3 moves that I have, and I want to unpack them with you. And I'd like for you to tell me, from a medical perspective, if they're ethical, or from a business perspective. And you walk me through this, okay?
Well, if they're your moves, odds are they're just a little bit squirrely.
Now,
but that's okay. I like that.
Move number 1 is I love to claim to be booked out.
Ah, yes, the booked out move.
The booked out move.
I don't have, okay.
So just today, I had a Thriver who reached out and wanted me to help them with their business. And their business is one where the ethics of the business, I don't agree with it. And I don't think that your business should exist. I think what you're doing harms people. And I expressed to you in kind of a nice way. I'm trying to be a nice person, but I'm going, hey, what you're doing is not good for families. It's not a product I believe in. I really just, I don't endorse it. Well, but could you help me? I mean, I'm willing to pay the fee. And I'm like, no. So I said this. The only time that I have available is like at 2 a.m. on a Thursday. And they're like, what? And I'm like, no. And I just kind of joke. I made it light. They kind of laugh a little bit. And they go, honestly, I'm all booked out. It's just not a good fit. Now, the thing is, if there was somebody I really, really wanted to work with, I could probably
make the
talk to another client and encourage them to use one of our other coaches. Or there's things I could do if it was a game-changing client. But I am booked out, but I went ahead and kind of leaned heavily on the I'm booked out move to make it where it's not a stressful situation to just say, no, I'm never going to work with you.
This question begs to ask, what if they're already your client and you find out that they're a headache? How many clients have you had to fire in your business coaching career?
1 a month.
One a month. And so you're okay with that, but they're going to pay you good money. But at what point do you say, okay, that's...
Well, because you and we have other shows about this, because we never stop marketing. We believe in the 3-legged marketing stool, which is in your book, The Business Pig. We never stop marketing. Because of that, with the 3 little pigs analogy, we never stop marketing. And so we always have a floodgate of leads. I mean, every day, today I had a jewelry store reach out to me.
Yeah.
And I'm already working with a jewelry store. And it makes it pretty easy that if I'm working with a jewelry store that's driving me crazy to replace them with another jewelry store. Because jewelry stores know if you use Clay and Z's Thrive 15 business coaching method, your business will grow. And so people refer each other all the time. And so the thing is, when you always market and you always deliver results, you have more people coming in, and it allows you to be more selective. He who has the most options typically wins.
Absolutely. And so that's an excellent question. And the thing about it is you want to make sure, though, you've got the leads coming in. You fire all your headache people, you might look up and go,
it's kind of empty in here.
How am I going to pay the bills now?
Stay tuned. Move number 3.
Right now, how are you taking credit card payments for your business? It's never been faster or easier to begin taking credit card payments for your business than with Square. You know the little white square that plugs into your phone's headphone jack? It's awesome. This payment app is great for businesses such as food trucks, beauty salons, and retail shops. The users receive a small portable card reader that they can attach to a phone or other mobile device to take fast and convenient payments. The way it works is that it subtracts 2.75% of every time a card is run, and it does it automatically. So if you sell a sandwich for $20, you'll see a net gain of $19.45 in your bank account the next day. If you enter the card by hand, it costs 3.5% plus 15 cents on top of that. They encrypt everything so you know you're secure. They make it super clear to start and even offer bonuses for sharing with friends. So you can learn more at squareup.com. It's free to download and works on all devices and operating systems. So make sure that you go visit squareup.com.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the conversation. Today we're talking about the answers to your business questions. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, sent here on a diplomatic mission to help you turn your financial success around. Many of you are kind of going the wrong way, and I'm helping you kind of steer it back. Also, many of you are already going the right way, and you need a little kind of steroids. See, I mean, I think a lot of entrepreneurs out there listening, they go, I need some steroids. I want to pump my business up. I want to push myself to the next level. I want to get huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? We're going to pump you up. We're going to encourage you. We're going to say, you can do it. You can do it.
You can do it.
You're the little red engine. You can get up that mountain. You can do it. I know I can. I know you can. We did it. But here's the thing. We're also going to give you the practical day-to-day steps to answer your questions and to solve your business problems. We want to mentor you, because otherwise you're going to find out the hard way, which is called mistakes. And that's no fun. That's fiscally irresponsible. That's emotionally draining. And then you're like, why didn't someone tell me that? Well, we're here to be your resource for you to start your business, for you to grow your business, and to encourage you to do that. 2017 is the year to do it, Clay.
Z, I actually have a live audio of a thriver out there who was trying to run around in the game of business, trying to have success without mentorship. Now, you and I have had mentors, both of us.
Yes, we have.
And this person said, I don't need mentors. I'm just going to run out there and make it happen. So here it is. I'm running through the world of business. I'm having success. I don't need a mentor. And then, oh my gosh, it hurts so much. I'm just trying to run back. I'm sorry. I probably should have looked for oh no, I can't sell anything and my website isn't working. My accounting is terrible. See, somebody help me.
I'm on page 10 of Google.
But now you're going, okay, I need some help. Don't wait till you've run through the minefield of business. Just get the help now. Now, you asked the question, Thrivers. You emailed the question, which was, how do I effectively cut headache clients to free up more time for good paying non-headache clients? And point one I pointed out is, one, you want to really make sure that you use the move if possible. Just say, hey, I'm all booked out, and just simply don't book them. I mean, that's just a move. I mean, it's a move, and you got to do it. And it's an easier way to avoid having a direct confrontation with people that just aren't a good fit.
Absolutely. And the all booked out move is if you kind of already pre-vetted them and you know they're going to be a headache, then you do that move on them right there. Of course, as business coaching, there's a lot of different, these are probably more designed for, high value people. In other words, a lot of people have customers that come in like a Walmart and they make a little bit off of a lot of different people.
Yeah.
This really more of it is a question of, hey, I've got a limited amount of time. And I make I don't see a lot of people or a lot of customers, and I make a big chunk of money off of each one. But if it's a headache, how do I get rid of them? So Clay's going to run through his moves, and I've probably got a few to add to that. Or do you want me to tackle number two? Or?
Well, I want to tackle two because this one it could be offensive, and many of you are probably going to need to look this up. But to verify this, apparently in 2007 there was a Southwest Airlines pilot, a woman, who decided to wear a mini skirt and to not wear underwear on the plane.
A pilot?
This is not a pilot, a passenger.
Oh, a passenger.
A passenger.
Okay.
So passenger. Did I say pilot?
Yeah, I think you said pilot.
I think I got hit by a bird. A bird just flew into the studio. It distracted me. But so we had a passenger that hops on the plane, and they weren't wearing underwear. And so Southwest Airlines did this move number two, which I encourage you to do. They have set boundaries in writing ahead of time that if your behavior on the plane is causing other passengers to feel unsafe or to make it, where people don't feel comfortable flying, they reserve the right to ask you to get off the plane. And so the Colleen Barrett, who is the kind of the head honcho there at Southwest Airlines, she wrote there in her blog at 4:38 p.m. on September 14th of 2007. She wrote how they handled this, but she said, basically, she thanks everybody for sharing their thoughts, and she professionally explains how they resolved the issue. This became major headlines because passengers were totally uncomfortable with the situation. But Southwest Airlines tactfully said, hey, excuse me, ma'am, we need you to cover up with the blanket. And she refused it. And they asked her again. She refused it, so they asked her to get off the plane. But the thing is, they have their boundaries clearly established. So my move number two is definitely establish some boundaries. You just can't blindside people with, hey, what your behavior here wasn't appropriate. And I'll give you another example. At the Elephant in the Room, we don't allow cursing inside of the men's grooming lounge. You can't just sit there and talk like a sailor because We used to have some male grooming clients who would come in who didn't know how we handle ourselves there. And these guys would come in and go, so I swear, this weekend I get my hair cut, right? And so what happened last week after I got my hair cut, this guy says to me, and I say to him, and next thing I know, I'm saying, boop, and then boop. And I tell you what, why don't you guys go boop yourselves? And all of a sudden the guy next to him's like, oh man, that reminds me of, and then all of a sudden it's like this locker room culture. And we realized we had to curtail that. Now we're into the business. Now it's very professional. It's kind of like a country club of men's hair, but those boundaries are huge. And the third, and this is probably the one that's probably the hardest, I think, to do, is you want to value yourself above the customer.
Amen.
And I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if many people in Tulsa agree with me on that, but we had a customer come in the other day, and if you're listening and you're that customer, glad you're not a customer anymore. He accused a member. We have a weekly meeting with the client every week. It's a set time. That's how we do our coaching. We book a time. It's like a dental appointment or a doctor's appointment. It's a set time. And he showed up 45 minutes late to the meeting, and our staff works here. A lot of these people get here at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever. And his appointment's scheduled from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. 5:45, he shows up, and I let the guy know, hey, listen, I need to leave. Our team's leaving because he's going to go pick his daughter up at ballet. So, we got to go do that. And he says, what? And I said, well, he has gymnastics and ballet. He's got it's a schedule. It's an employee of ours, a valued team member. And we need to leave at 6. So we're going to have to get your meeting in 15 minutes here. We got to fly through this.
Sure.
And he just couldn't handle it. He's just totally offended. He's just totally like, oh my gosh, I can't. And he's like, I can't believe that you guys, I'm the customer. The customer comes first. And I looked him in the eye and I said, I do respect you. I do appreciate you, but you are systemically and consistently late. We talk about it each week, and we're just going to have to wrap it up. And it was like offensive to him, but the employee felt so valued. And I'm walking out to my car, and he goes, thank you, man, for doing that. I mean, I'm telling you, I've been here since 6 a.m. I really appreciate you doing that. And so you've got to value your team above the customer, because happy teammates produce happy customers.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, this is a bigger deal than it used to be. I'll just be honest with you. And so, she writes and says, how do I effectively cut headache clients to free up more time for good paying non-headache clients, right?
Oh, man.
That's the question that came in.
Huge.
And you might say, well, just fire them, just say don't come back anymore. But the problem is now with all this online trolling that goes on. Trolling. If you don't effectively and in kind of a nice way fire them, they just, some people just get so offended. There's such an offensive society we live in these days. Everybody's just looking.
Oh, I'm offended.
They just get up and they're just waiting to be offended.
I was offended by what you were going to offend me with. You didn't even offend me, but I knew what you were going to say.
I showed up offended.
I was offended right there, too. I was just offended by the thought of being offended.
Well, and then some people just can't handle it, and they get online and they just want to, devil your business and devil you.
You know how we handled the guy who wanted to stay late?
How's that?
I immediately said, hey, we'll refund you for the month. It's just a better move. Let's just go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and then when we come back, I'm going to add a couple of super moves to how effectively, turn those headache clients and get rid of them so that you have more time for the non-headache, good paying customers. I've got a couple little moves for you when we come back from the break.
If you're a very, very busy entrepreneur, these super moves can absolutely change your life, because when you enjoy your work, when you enjoy the clients you work with, your happiness goes up. That's what it's all about. Stay tuned. ThriveTimeShow.com.
Are you looking to start or grow a business? Then you are definitely going to have problems and questions along the way. You will find the answers to all of your business questions at Thrive15.com. Thrive15.com provides online video-based business training taught by millionaires and successful entrepreneurs for less than $1 per day. That's less than your daily coffee budget. It's no classrooms, no get-rich-quick seminars. These are trainings broken into 15-minute segments that get you the answers that you need. It's business school without the BS. I dare you to try a 7-day free trial. Simply go to Thrive15.com, and the first 100 people will also receive a free downloadable for how to optimize your website. So stop wasting your time and money. Go to Thrive15.com and get your business questions answered now.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your Monday Fun Day edition of the Thrive Time Show. And I know many of you listen to this show, and you're like, why are you guys always so happy? Are you always like this? I mean, are you really always this happy. Well, I have the soundtrack of my life. I was able to put a microphone inside my cranium.
Oh yeah, that's
And
cool.
You know,
Good
because
move.
to create the voice of Darth Vader, George Lucas had to take. We talked about this on the previous show, but he had to take a lavalier mic and put it in a scuba tank, and that created the
So cool. That's just so
Luke,
cool.
I am your father. That's what created that sound effect. So I've put a lavalier mic inside my cranium, and this is the audio of my mind. You ready?
Oh yeah. Oh, roll out the barrel.
And do you know why you and I are so happy about life? Because we've achieved time freedom and financial freedom, and we choose to be here. We know we're supposed to be here on air with you. We know we're supposed to be here with you right now, helping you grow your business. And I mean it. When your life mission, when your goals align with what you're doing, and you know you're supposed to be doing what you're doing right now, it is an unbelievable feeling. And I'm telling you, if I got hit by a bus as I walk out of the Thrive15.com studios, I walk out, I mean, yes, my kids would miss me. Yes, I'd miss my wife. But I'll tell you what, I absolutely don't regret being on air with you right now, the Thrive Nation. We love being on the air with you. And Z, I know that you've got some great answers to this question from a Thriver who emailed us all the way from New Orleans, who writes, how do I effectively cut headache clients to free up more time for good paying non-headache clients? My friend, enlighten us. Give us the truth cannon.
Well, I tell you what, there's one thing you can do is take a lot of Advil and aspirin and to help your headache. Here's one of the moves. If you want to effectively get rid of them, you really want them to be their idea. Because then they're not upset, then they're not distraught, then they're not getting on social media and trying to ruin your business. They
Do you get in their head, and how do you do it?
Well, you get in there and you change some of the synaptic connections in the brain, and you rewire it.
How do you do it? Seriously, how do you do it, man?
Well, one little super move that I have to do that with is you effectively raise the price to the point to where they say, you know what? I don't want to, I don't want. Two things are going to happen. One, you're like, that headache's not. They're paid 10 times the amount of somebody else. You're like, you know what? That headache's not so bad, and they're not. They're not that bad of a person. Because I'm making so much more off of them that I'm going to put up with it for a little bit longer.
So you raise the price.
You raise the price of the goods or service that they're dealing with. Say, oh, by the way, we've had a price increase. And so let's say, for instance, you're a business coach. You're Clay Clark with, business coaching excellence. And the person's a headache. You say, oh, wait a second here. I could say, I don't want to business coach you anymore. Get out of here. You can say that. Then they get the.
Why don't you get out of here? You get your business coaching this out of here.
Or you could say, hey, there's been a price increase. Instead of X number of dollars, it's now 10 times X, or whatever you want to fill in the blank. And they're going to do one of two things. They're going to say, well, I don't want you to business coach me. And we're like, okay, I'm sorry about that, but costs go up and I got to do it. Or they're going to say, okay, I'll be more than happy to pay it. Then you sit back and go, hey, you know what? They're not as bad a headache as I thought they were.
That's a move.
That's
a move. Now, Z, there's Thrivers out there who go, okay, I've tried that move. I've tried, kind of raising prices. I tried this client, Z, you don't understand the profundity of this situation. This person, I'm telling you, I might go to your 2-day Thrivetime workshops just to deal with this customer. They're making me crazy. It's like, what about Bob? Where he can't get away from Bob? This is a headache client that's making the therapist. If you've seen What About Bob, Bill Murray does a great job in this movie playing a mentally ill patient that makes his psychiatrist go crazy because
great movie.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But you got to check it out. What About Bob? So somebody's going, I have to way to deal with this client. How do I do it?
Well, the other thing too is you coach them up on not how to be a headache. What I mean by that is like Clay said, he had a client that was coming in that was always late. You coach them up. You teach them time management, and you get them to where they can come on time, because that's such a headache. You're like, oh, and then it leads to the fight, it leads to the turmoil, it leads to the you're not happy, they're not happy, the headache starts. So coach them up on how not to be late. Coach them up on time management. Coach them up on working backwards in their day and being there on time. So you can maybe help them not be the headache. Now, in optometry, I've been in business 25 years. And we have a process to where we had a chart, the little chart, the little manila folder chart thing. And there was I could count on two hands over 25 years, the number of patients that got red X'd.
Red X'd. What does red X'd mean?
Red X means that they are not allowed on property in the building, period. The point is that of all the tens of thousands we'd see every single year, only about, and 25 years, only about 10 of them got red X that were really, truly what I would call crazies. I mean, literally. I mean, they're like certifiable, like, okay, we see you again. We are calling the police kind of people. Okay?
Do you remember the Blues Brothers, Z, where the Blues Brothers go out to eat and they're out to? I have a little audio clip here. I'm going to cue up here. This is good stuff. Let me get this queued up here. But the Blues Brothers basically, they're. Oh, this is my monk music. Is somehow I've got my monk music coming in hot. Okay, here we go. This is the Blues Brothers. Here we go. They go out to eat, and they're at a formal restaurant.
Oh yeah, I do remember the scene.
And you know,
I'm sure we'll have a table for you in just a few moments.
So long story short, now they're at this formal restaurant, and their client they're trying to meet, this guy they're trying to recruit.
Guys, the food is really expensive. The soup is $10.
Whoa, unbelievable. Sam, we'll have to edit that out there, buddy. So the waiter comes up and tries to explain to them that the food is super expensive. They can't afford to eat there. Well, long story short, Sam, make sure you beep that, okay? So what he says, though, is that eventually these guys, they're at the dinner table, and they're being so loud and obnoxious that the waiter has to ask them to leave.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Now, I watched that movie and I laughed, kind of giggled, because I remember the first time that I went to Olive Garden. I was in high school.
Okay.
With a bunch of dudes. We had money to spend. I mean, we'd worked hard at our job. And Olive Garden is like the first step into going out to eat.
It's one of the early moves.
It's the early move. And so, if you've always been to McDonald's, I mean, Sonic is a move up, right?
Yeah.
And then you go from Sonic up to Olive Garden.
Maybe Applebee's.
Maybe Applebee's, then Olive Garden.
Yeah,
it's a progression.
Yeah, it's a progression.
So you go in and the guy's like, so what would you guys like to eat? And we're like, let's go with the soup and salad combo. And our move was, it's unlimited. So we're like, let's not eat all day before, and then let's just go there and just crush it. Yeah. And so we would order, I'm not exaggerating, we would order probably, 10 bowls of soup, maybe like, I don't know, 6 baskets of bread. I mean, there's just no limit because it was unlimited.
Unlimited.
And, there's no class, there's no tact, there's no limit. So the whole
limit.
move was, we're just going to keep doing that. We kept asking for mints and all this stuff. And I remember this waiter walked up to me and he goes, "Excuse me, guys." It's an older guy. He's a mature guy in his 40s or 50s. He comes up and goes, "Guys, I can appreciate you guys wanting to get as much food as you possibly could eat here, but could you kind of keep it down? We have a family over here, and some of the language, if we can kind of tone that down." He said it very tactfully, but he coached us into being a good client. We went back all the time.
Yeah,
he could have walked in.
They've got great soup and they got great salad. Those breadsticks are, oh my gosh, you make.
But he could have definitely verbally whiplashed us, and we deserved it. But because he wanted us to come back, he took the high road and attempted to educate us.
So he took customers that were headaches, and he coached them up and made them non-headaches, and kept making money off you guys. And you guys kept going back there. So that's a move. That's a move.
Now, a lot of people don't talk about it a lot, but it's a big thing. Let's say you're listening right now and you are awesome at marketing. You are awesome at sales. But if you're losing customers because you're not wowing them with this unbelievable customer service experience, the guy who teaches all of our customer service courses on Thrive15.com, the world's best online business school. His name is Lee Cockrell. Who's Lee Cockrell? He's the guy who used to manage Walt Disney World Resorts, the #1 tourism attraction in Florida. Over 52 million guests visit per year. He's going to teach you that. And you know what? We teach his system at our in-person 2-day Thrivetime workshops. And Z, if someone wants to learn more about the in-person workshops, where can they learn this information?
Well, they can go to thrivetimeshow.com, click on conference. It boils it all down for you, answers all your questions, and you say, well, I've got more. You can email us at info@thrive15.com. It also lets you know that it's the 24th and 25th of February. You're like, that's this Friday. I know, it's this week. So clear your calendar. Get to Tulsa, get to Thrive 15 headquarters Friday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. And guess what? You're going to be inundated with all kinds of great business coaches. You're going to have downloadables and templates. You're going to leave here with, your brain's going to explode with so much information. And we're not, like I said, we're not going to charge you $100,000 for 4 years of business school. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to charge you $500. And you may say to yourself, I can't afford that. You know what? Our heart is to help every entrepreneur out there. And if you call us up and say, listen, I've got medical bills, I can't afford it. We've got scholarship money to help you afford it so you can get here and help grow and start your business.
Don't let the money get in the way of you getting serious about starting and growing that successful business. Go to thrivetimeshow.com, and all you need to do is take that action, because I'm telling you what, it's hard to judge your future success based on what you intend to do. Based on what you intend to do. We can only judge your future success based on what you're going to do. If you don't sow the seeds, you're not going to have any growth in your business. Go to thrivetimeshow.com, reserve a ticket. And Z, as always, we like to end this show with a thunder. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom!